supposed to say I'm Tim Barry. Living the thug life. Word. Every part of this neighborhood, every house has a fucking hammer swinging. All these houses used to be rented to locals, like this house, or owned by locals. And now the property values, like people's taxes are tripling. All of Richmond is just following the trend of the rest of the country. From Boscher's Dam, which is about 7 miles upriver, the elevation of the river drops 105 feet over to here to 14th Street. So it's just, you know, obviously it's rapids. So when the settlers were coming up the James River inland, they couldn't go any further. Their boats couldn't, you know, take them any further. So Richmond's actually started here because of that. This is the Rivanna subdivision on the CSX railroad right here. I just rode that train from Lynchburg last weekend on a boxcar, a dirty old boxcar. And then yeah, I'm doing all this weird solo shit too. Last couple of shows I played with Josh Small. He would play dobro, banjo, and mandolin on different songs. And I just do acoustic and vocals. If I'm not playing music, I'm riding these dirty fucking freight trains. And if I'm not riding dirty freight trains and playing music, I'm a fucking ballerina. I work at the Richmond Ballet, doing set carpentry and shit like that. There's these little canals that span all on the north side of Richmond. This is a part of George Washington's master plan before there was railroad right-of-ways and all that bullshit. George Washington created this plan to link the eastern corridor with the Mississippi and Ohio rivers. And right here where the railroad line is was basically just like a walkway where people in the early 1800s and so on would just kind of like, you know, stroll down the river on a Sunday afternoon. Oh God, I'm gonna fall. Sardines from the Revolutionary War. This is definitely a spot where you see lots of boys and girls looking at the river making out. You can call this a makeout point. I never have. I don't make out on dead people. But I do step on them. I used to always say, when I die, fucking burn me and fucking plant a tree. I would kill to be buried right here. I would kill to be buried here. A couple presidents over here, we'll go look at them. They're dead. Monroe. This is the president for you. I think he was buried up north, but he was a Virginian. And years later, like, pulled him back up and buried him back in Virginia in the proper place. Is that what they said?
His remains.
This cemetery was resisted profusely by the city at large for two reasons. They thought burying the dead on a hill over the James River would send human like remains and juices into the river that they frequented so often. And the other reason was it would be like sacrilegious to bury them here. I can't remember exactly why. So the cemetery didn't take off. Like, it was really rare to have people buried in here. And then when Monroe was brought in here and the bird cage was brought in, it suddenly became like a great place to rest. So there's another president that I would like to show you that some people don't consider a president. And that's Jeff Davis. Not because I'm like a neo-Confederate or anything, but I am kind of a history geek. All these little graves that are in this circle are all of his kids. And I swear to God, we'll look at them. I think the oldest one made it to his teens. What does that say?
54 to 72?
Yeah. You know when people talk about the Confederacy, they're like, oh, that's a Confederate flag. See this? This is not a Confederate flag. This is a warped version of the battle flag of the Army of Northern Virginia. That's a proper battle flag of the Army of Northern Virginia. That flag up there is the last of the Confederate flags. That was the third one. So the last flag of the Confederacy is actually this. This is a proper Confederate flag. It was the Dukes of Hazzard and all them that mixed all this up. And then fucking neo-Nazis on Oprah took it to the next level. How Germans could wear this shit, I don't fucking know. Now let's get out of the cemetery. Taking you guys to one of the hidden urban swimming holes in the city. I went down to the railroad yards to watch a train roll by. I knew the train would roll that day. I did not know what time. Good morning, Mr. Railroad Man. What time do your trains roll by? horse tied on the side of her hill, like all them rich folks do. The very next train it came down that track, boys, I bid that gal adieu. Yeah, I bid that gal adieu, boys. I bid that gal adieu. Very next train it came down that track, yeah, I bid that gal adieu. Oh hell, great ending.
I like that song.
Yeah, it's a cool song. This is my family guitar, my mom. I can still barely play guitar, obviously, but this is my mom's guitar. She got it when she was in church.
Sound pretty good, Lance?
In 1968, dude. Took this to Vietnam, came back and sold it to my mom in 1971, and she grew up playing folk music on it. And she just gave it to me. It's a 1968 Martin. Come by tomorrow if you get a chance. If not, I'll see y'all down the road somewhere.